Hi, I'm Juanita and welcome back to the Knit Guru. This is my everything I got for Christmas that's related to either knitting and crochet. I will include the things I made for Christmas, but because they were stretched out over quite some time, they're probably going to be in my December video, or probably last month in the last month's November video. So, what should we start with? The first thing was they got a, what do you call it? Secret Santa gift from the Kiwis who knit and crochet, where it came with a hydrating lip balm, a strawberry face mask, some Whittaker's chocolate, including my favourite flavour. But also in there, she included 2 balls of this Fiddlesticks yarn in this brick and almost Pantone Colour of the Year colour. So I've got to work out what I'm going to do with those. Those are quite pretty. They're an acrylic yarn, and I hadn't heard of it until relatively recently, and now I've been given it twice, so I'm looking forward to working with it, to be honest. My yarn advent, which I bought from Prosper Yarns, is still not complete because I got busy with the house, but we're this far through the jersey, so the end is in sight. I have reversed some of the blues at the bottom, because I'm that far behind, but that's okay. This pattern is the Ursina jumper on Ravelry. I've made it a size smaller than... I'm between sizes, so I could have sized up or sized down, but because I put on a lot of weight while being concussed and having a limited amount of mobility for 6 months, I'm hoping that I'll drop back down again just by physically moving and painting the house. So we'll see if it fits by the time it finishes. It does fit, but it's a bit tight at the moment. So yeah, I did size 5. I've made the Ursa jumper before, which is one made with a chunky yarn, but the Ursina jumper has the ability to make it in either worsted weight yarn or sport weight yarn. I did the worsted sizing, even though this is DK yarn. So the yarn advent was called Field Notes, and it was from a Field Notes from a southern land. It became a bit of a meme online because every time I opened another one, it felt like they were all brown tones until I hit the purples and greens. So it was an interesting meme time for my followers, but it's come out quite beautiful. It is quite reminiscent of the South Island, and it very much looks like the view out my window, and I'm not in the South Island. So, and I say the view out the window because the scaffolding's gone, so I might try and include in this video at the end a view out my window and how these tones just line up with summer at the moment. So I've tried to keep my notes about the project in my Field Notes book and which yarn came on which day. I've got some spaces so that I can print out some photographs and stick them in. However, it's not up to date. The last few are just stuck in there in order. And as you may notice, I haven't got the greens or the blues in here at all, so that needs updating. What else? My nephew gave me this. My other nephew gave me another one of these. I had one in my Christmas stocking. So I keep meaning to make one of those meme videos about, you know it's that time of year when there's not sewing supplies inside your Danish cookie tin, but Danish cookies. Either way, I love these, and it's the best part of Christmas for me. One of the things that I got and put in Christmas stockings for myself and my sister, and I think I might have sent one down to my Secret Santa, I can't remember now, but I'm sending one up to my Auntie Jo. It's this lanyard. It's just a $2 shop lanyard, but it's got a measuring tape on it that goes all the way to 80 centimetres. I thought that's kind of cute and useful. I got given this pin here, which is from Joy of Yarn, and it says that I'm a crochet queen, so that was exciting. I got that and then I threw it in my own, whatchamacallit, Christmas stocking. Then there's this, which, these are fun. This is, oh, I must pick up that in a sec. This is a bear on a little chain, but it's got a tape measure. It's one of those. I gave one of these to my sister, one to my Secret Santa, and I've got the pink one. It turns out I think I like pink. So there's that. So it's 2 tape measures for Christmas. I always put these in my Christmas stocking. These are my favourite stitch markers for crochet. They're very smooth, they slide on very nicely, and there's a nice range of sizes. I don't use them for knitting, but I do use them for crochet a lot. A set of these pencils that come from Miss Maud. They're actually made by Emma Makes, who I know and have used a lot of times, but I don't think she's doing the pencils as much anymore. But what they say on here, I'll read them out in case you didn't see them. 1 stitch at a time, collecting, not stashing, which is accurate. I gave that one to my sister as well because she does sewing and she agrees with it. I'm a Miss Maud maker, which is the pink one, for the joy of making, and just 1 more row, which is 100%. The struggle I've had at the moment when it comes to knitting in the round, your 1 more row can be whenever, wherever, and for how long. Now, I had this made because I was ordering a couple of personalised gifts. My stepson's partner has just changed their name, so I ordered a personalised tote bag with their name on it. And one of the things that they had in their shop, my brother-in-law also got him a personalised holder for golf scorecards. So they had the option of a knitting book that you could put a name on. So I've put the Knit Guru because that's what I am. I went with yellow because the other colours were stupid. And in here, what we've got is it's a yarn journal. It does start with the vision board for 2026, and I should do that very shortly. It's got a calendar, and then each month has got goals and projects that can get ticked off. That's probably quite useful. I feel like the to-buy list could be longer. Then after all of those month sections, there's a page for works in progress, and then a colouring sheet for when you've finished them. So that'll be interesting. Will I get around to doing that? Then there's a completed project log, which I thought that will be interesting to see what I actually complete over the course of the year. And it's nice that it does have a tick box for knitting or crochet. And then at the end, oh, actually, it's not even at the end yet. So the completed project log is most of the year. There's a whole stack of goal tracker pages. A yarn stash inventory, which we know is not large enough because I've got far too much yarn to fit in this book. A supply inventory. Yep, let's not even... I am always buying 4.5mm needles because they're always stuck on a project that isn't finished. There's a pattern wish list. And then a year in review. So I think this is from a company called Callie, C-A-L-L-I-E. And they had lots of personalised projects, but this is quite nice, and it wasn't expensive from memory, or maybe that was in Australian dollars. Either way, it wasn't too bad, and I thought that's going to be nice because I would like to keep a journal of my knitting and crocheting next year. And then my sister, who's been getting into doing heat-pressed items. I have a tote bag that says Feliz Navidad. It's kind of funny because I nearly purchased a Christmas card for my father-in-law because he's a sheep farmer that was very similar, and then she made me the project bag for this year. So other than that, what did I make for people? Because normally I do a lot of knitting and crochet for Christmas, and there's normally knitted socks in the Christmas stockings, but I did not finish my Christmas socks this year. What I did manage to do, of my list of 5 reindeer that I wanted to get made for various people, I did manage to do matching reindeer for my youngest niece and nephew. So they both have a matching stuffed toy reindeer for Christmas. But there were 3 others that I was hoping to get done, and it just didn't happen. I did make a hat for my nephew's girlfriend. So she got the one with the diamonds. I'll try and remember to put in a picture, but as we know, I'll probably forget, or maybe I didn't take one. I did make a cabled beanie in a green colour for a Secret Santa gift. Was that all I managed to knit and crochet for this Christmas? Oh, and my other nephew got a jumper that's got penguins on it. I will try and remember to insert a picture here. I will release the pattern for the penguin jumper at some point because it is very, very cute. It's very cute. He enjoyed them both, but then again, he's like one and a little bit, so he can squish the root off. The only difference between the two reindeer that I did complete, the one for my 6-year-old niece has got safety eyes. The one for my 1-year-old nephew, that's just got stitched on eyes. That probably took longer than the entire process of making it, was stitching on the eyes in a way that he couldn't pull them out or die. So that's my knitting and crochet Christmas haul. It was a lovely Christmas, and now I just want to sit down and finish my Christmas sweater before New Year's. But if you know, you know, it's probably not going to happen. I will be painting the house. But the aim is see if we can get into the house by the end of January. I think that's a long shot, but anyway, to you and yours, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope that you all had a chance to catch up with friends and family and enjoy some time off work. And for those of you that are in the Northern Hemisphere, it's going to be 30 degrees today here, Celsius. I will get a sunburn a couple of days after Christmas. I will catch you next week. Ignore the sound of Rocky drinking, but this is the view from the living room. And here's the view through my office window. And ignore the sound of Rocky's footprints.